Houston is one of 10 cities to get federal funding to help catch fugitives on the run. And while we were with them, U.S. Marshals arrested suspects for armed robbery and capital murder.
Is that the target location?
On the ground in Houston,
Check.
U.S. Marshals crisscrossing the city, looking for wanted fugitives.
There's been a rise in violent crime here in the Houston area.
Original charges, alien smuggling.
One of 10 cities picked by the Department of Justice to get funding for overtime, putting extra manpower on the streets.
We're here to make a difference in your communities.
In Operation North Star, there were 152 arrests, while KHOU 11 was with the marshals and deputy constables with Harris County Precinct 1. They arrested 27-year-old Ronnie Scott on a warrant for capital murder.
People that are willing to put a gun in your face or shoot at you or murder you, even though it's the allegation, I understand that. We want to have them off the street.
According to court documents, he was out on bond for 2 aggravated robberies. But the capital murder charge is not new. It happened 1 hour after one of those robberies. Houston police say Scott was part of a duo behind carjackings in Southwest Houston. Donnie Glover was killed in one of those carjackings in February 2021 on Linkwood Drive. He told 911, "Somebody just tried to steal my car. I just had to run."
The offenders that this group is going after are the worst of the worst.
We just took him down.
The other arrest marshals made 28-year-old Lachelle Butler. He had active warrants for 2 armed robberies.
During the armed robberies, they were focusing on high-end lawn equipment, and they were robbing these individuals at gunpoint.
Butler was not out on bond, but does have prior convictions for evading arrest and burglary. In court documents, prosecutors said he committed at least 2 aggravated robberies within approximately 1 week at 2 separate locations. Defendant poses a risk to the safety of the community.
We're going to keep charging. We're going to keep going after violent offenders. We're not going to step down.
We called both of the defense attorneys on these cases. Neither was ready to comment. In Scott's capital murder case, the bond is set at $2 million. And for Butler on the armed robbery cases, it's a combined $125,000. Grace White, KHOU 11 News. For the first time, police are releasing surveillance video. It's video that shows a getaway car and a person of interest in this case. It's a case they're hoping someone out there can help solve.
Devastating. I mean, that's the word. It's heartbreaking.
This is the last time anyone saw Mariano Medina Funes. It was New Year's Eve 2019. The 36-year-old, known as Mario, was last seen outside his apartment complex on Challenger 7 Drive in Jacinto City, getting into a car.
He told me that he had bought fireworks so he could go and play with my kids.
But Sister Victoria Acosta says what was supposed to be a celebratory night quickly turned to panic.
He called his common-law wife, and he told him, he made the statement of that, they got me. They got me.
And that's why Lieutenant Dennis Walker believes there was foul play. He was the original detective on the case.
This car is very distinctive. It's a black Cadillac with chrome wheels, possibly white wall tires.
But 30 minutes after that car drove away with Mario, it made a stop at a convenience store, and detectives got their first look at a man they're calling a person of interest.
We need your help.
Help for a mother who just wants to know the truth about what happened to her son.
Not knowing if he's alive or if he's dead, it really hurts.
A lot of different agencies have worked together on this case, including Houston Police Department and Texas Rangers. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers. In Jacinto City, Grace White, KHOU 11 News. When you walk the neighborhood with Tammy Rodriguez,
my dream has always been for the community to not to be an eyesore in Houston.
You hear concern in the voice of an activist that's fought for the Gulfton neighborhood for decades.
It's scary. It's really scary.
Gulfton is no stranger to crime, from shootings to carjackings and violent assaults.
Right now it's time for us to step up and take ownership of our neighborhood.
And by taking ownership, the community is planning to march Saturday morning.
The march will end here at Burnett Bayland Park. The reason? It's the only green space in Gulfton. The security situation's so bad they've closed the restrooms and are now using porta potties.
To fight crime, the councilman for District J, Edward Pollard, recently announced funding for 100 license plate readers. They'll alert Houston police if cars are stolen, involved in a crime or a crash.
We want criminals to know that eyes will be on you. If you roll through District J, we'll be watching. And if you commit a crime, we'll catch you.
Gulfton is a hotspot for crime, Pollard says, because of the densely packed apartment complexes and gang activity.
We have a lot of people that are from different places. There are culture barriers, there are language barriers, and in some places there's a lot of lack of opportunity and employment.
But Rodriguez hoping neighbors will see this opportunity.
There's a lot of people right now that rather stay in their homes, walk with their blinders on, and keep on for the day, and at what cost? If they don't say anything, it could be them next.
A reason, she says, to march with her this weekend to reinvest in safer streets. Grace White, KHOU 11 News.